I am surrounded right now with people who are working on these incredible projects and wanting to put their gifts into the world, either through their business, through their relationships, their communities, their families, or just in relationship to making really big, big shifts in their heart and the world. And I keep seeing people trying to sabotage themselves and hit walls and be filled with inner critics and getting sick and not being able to move forward in the way that they were so excited about. Often when there's new energy for something, there can be a burst of energy and creativity and inspiration in the beginning, and then once we actually start to try to do that thing or create that thing, I don't know about you, but for me, especially in the past, everything in me would just put up a huge wall. I'd get exhausted, tired, overwhelmed, feel like, oh, maybe this isn't for me, maybe this isn't the right gift I'm supposed to offer, and all of the inner doubt would show up. And I just wanted to share with you something that one of my teachers taught me, and it can be used for just about anything where you're feeling kind of stuck and where you have really high expectations of yourself, even if you might not know that you're having high expectations of yourself. I used to kind of get really slammed going on long meditation retreats. I would show up feeling like I'm going to do this. I'm going to show up for every single sit. I'm going to take in every part of this teaching and really transform myself, transform my life. I'm using this as a pattern changer and a game changer. And what would happen every time is I would show up and I was exhausted. I was heavy. I was in physical pain. And my body, my inner experience would get the best of me, and I would end up collapsed in my room and hating on myself for not feeling like I could participate like everybody else and show up like everybody else. My comparing mind was just making me a wreck. And what my teacher taught me was this practice called the bottom line practice. And it's just a way I relate to myself. You don't have to do anything other than kind of talk to yourself and ask yourself these questions. But she said to me, what is the least you can do to be proud of yourself today? If you just were to do one thing today, could that be enough? Would it be get to the 4 o'clock practice on time? Would it be do the yoga practice? Would it be eat an entire meal without criticizing yourself or other people? Whatever it was, can you do one thing? Because in my mind, I had about 40 things that I needed to do right, and I needed to do them just like everybody else. Of course, the way I was perceiving everybody else, so gracefully and easefully with tons and tons of energy. And so what that practice does is it creates new neural pathways where we get to feel successful. We get one thing that we are just really proud of ourselves about, and we go, oh, I did that. That was enough. And the way that it was explained to me was that this is a practice for people with a lot of trauma, but it's also a practice for any of us who are perfectionists, have really high expectations, and tend to compare ourselves a lot. So we could do this with anything, and I've been watching people launch their programs and their projects and just getting really, really tired and feeling like maybe this isn't for them. And so I'm wondering, instead of creating a big, big schedule where it feels impossible to pull everything off, especially things that you haven't done before, to just choose one thing or a handful of things that you would feel successful, you would feel proud of yourself. You could let yourself be good enough if you just did that one thing or that handful of things. And trust that from there and that new relationship with yourself, that so much can grow. It becomes so contagious. The more these neural pathways grow, they go, oh, I can do this. I am successful. I am a good business owner or a good partner or good at taking care of my health, whatever it is, that grows, and then it gets easier and easier. It's just a practice. So I'll invite you right now to ask yourself, where is it that you have resistance? Where is it that you're creating really high expectation for yourself? Where might you be a little bit perfectionistic? And ask yourself, what is one thing I can do right now that would be easy to feel proud of? And just do that one thing. Let everything on that to-do list and that schedule go into the background. Take this day by day. See how it goes. Let me know how it works. I hope it helps. The bottom line, practice.